What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today, making a banger for you guys. How to separate yourself from the competition and just going over the difference between the ones who want it and the ones who must have it. So, let's go ahead and get you crushed in the competition and get into the video. So, as you all know, everyone wants to win. No one likes to lose. If you do, then you're just a degenerate. Everyone wants to be at the top. Everyone wants to be the winner, number one, top of the food chain. But not everyone is willing to do whatever it takes. If it was easy to win, everyone would all be winners. Everyone would be happy. But a lot of people don't like doing the hard stuff, and that's the reality of life. They want to take the safe and easy road down the path of life, and they just want to kind of live in comfort and don't really want to do the hard stuff to do what it takes to actually win. So I'll kind of go over the difference between those who win and the spectators. So basically, people sometimes like to do the hard stuff, but they still don't win. They probably do some hard stuff some days, and then a few days they just kind of do whatever they want. Like they just go have fun, go out, play video games. They just kind of just coast for a while. So there are still a lot of people trying to win, even the ones who are very consistent and doing the right things each and every day. They do the hard stuff and the right things to win. But the difference is someone else wants it more. There's people doing hard stuff all the time, every single day. But the people who win do all that hard stuff and do even more to do whatever it takes to win. Because the extra hard shit that they do to get to the top is what most would never do and never would even try to do. And that's pretty much the difference between someone trying to win and someone who must win. The difference between winners and the spectators is their difference in belief in what's in their mind. The winner's belief will always override the spectator's belief every single time, just because their mindset is so firm on winning that it separates them every single time from the people who are just kind of spectating and just trying a little bit to win. So I kind of go over how to separate yourself from those spectators after I take a sip of this nice cold Red Bull. So how do you separate yourself from the spectators? Instead of complaining about doing all the hard shit day in and day out, like being consistent with it, you need to embrace it and take it all on and do more than the rest of the people who are just doing it just a little bit. Teach yourself to love doing more and more of the stuff that helps you win, which is to love doing the hard stuff. And this just means wiring your dopamine to doing the hard stuff. Like if your dopamine is wired scrolling on your phone or playing video games, it's going to be a lot harder to be consistent doing the hard stuff. You need to train your brain to love doing the things that it takes to actually win. And this will easily separate you from your competition over time because they aren't doing this. They're just making sure that they do some hard stuff, then go back to doing the fun stuff. But if you can make the hard stuff fun, it'll separate you big time. And everyone these days just wants to do the bare minimum just to get by these days. They want to do just enough to pay the bills or maybe to take care of a family member. They're not doing anything extra to actually get past that level to be able to win. And the competition these days is already super thin. You just have to do a little bit more than those barely trying to be able to actually crush your competition and to win. So let's talk about the man in the cave. You guys have probably heard this before. You just need to imagine that there's someone out there in the exact same position that you are, but he's like in a cave somewhere. He's working just a little bit harder than you and will beat you in the end. And that's just all on you. This will only happen if you let it happen. You need to make sure that there's absolutely no chance of this happening by getting the results you need to crush your competition. You have to give your all into whatever task you have at hand that leads to victory, and there should be nothing left in the tank after you are done. And even after there's nothing in the tank, you still have a little bit more to give. There's always that little bit you could have given that you knew you could have, but you just didn't because you're like, okay, I'm really tired now. I can't do it anymore. But you can always go that little bit further to increase your chance of success. Your ego shouldn't let you lose, and if it will, you need to think more of yourself, increase your ego, because your ego shouldn't be able to let you lose so easily. Let's talk about the 9 to 5 example. let's just say you're working a 9 to 5 at Walmart, making like $15 an hour. That's totally okay starting out if this is like your first job or first endeavor of making money. But you definitely don't want to stay there forever. You don't want to retire as a Walmart employee. You need to get out of it somehow and to find a better way. Most just entertain themselves or have fun after their job. They just like kill time until it's time to go back to work again. But to crush your competition, you need to climb your way out. You need to do the extra things that will help you get out of there and find your own way that will crush your competition. After work, you should be grinding on your own business or learning a valuable skill that will help you leave that job and focus on things that make you more money, and that'll lead you to success. Because if you just entertain yourself after Walmart, you won't really have anything else going for you. The only thing you'll have is Walmart, and you'll be reliant on that your entire life. So after learning these new skills or focusing on that business, this will let you crush the others that you work with because they aren't doing this. They're just playing Fortnite when they get home or hitting that fat bowl or doing whatever they do. I don't even know. So let's go over the Law of 33 and the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Everyone has a weakness, a hole in his armor, a thumb screw loose. So if you can find this weakness in your competition, you'll be able to kind of surpass them and use that to your advantage. You need to find your competition's weakness and take advantage of it. You need to leverage that weakness to your advantage to help you win and to surpass them. Because in life, it's either kill or be killed. And not like literally, but like figuratively. You don't have to kill anyone. Please don't kill anyone. And there's no participation trophy in life. Like you got as a kid. I got one as a kid. Just for showing up, I was able to get a trophy and felt good about losing. But in life, it's not the same. You won't get a trophy at the end just for living. You need to be able to get that winning number one trophy. Because there are only victors and the losers. There's really no in between. So, in your mind, you must not see any other option but to win. You need to instill in your mind the fact that all you do is win. There should be no losing as an option in your mind. If you can make winning the only option for if you can make winning the only option for you in your mind, there's no possibility of losing in your life. Because when you instill this in your mind, subconsciously, you will find a way to crush the competition. Even if you can't think of one like consciously, subconsciously, you'll find a way around to actually be able to win. So you must and you will find a way to do this if you actually desire to win. If you have the slightest doubt in your mind, it will lead to failure. If you have fears of failure, fears of something not working out, it will probably happen and probably not turn out the best for you. So clear your mind of all these doubts and fears and give up the fear of failure. Fear and doubt are only illusions in life that have been programmed into you since you were a child. You just need to reprogram your mind to make sure that winning is the only thing that you're thinking about and let go of any fears or doubts kind of holding you back from that fact. So, you can go over death is the ultimate accountability partner. You might be asking yourself, like, do I even need an accountability partner? If you're not held accountable, you won't be able to do really anything, because if you're just kind of let loose, the only person you can be accountable for is yourself. But if death is the ultimate accountability partner, because you need to understand that fully, that one day you will die, you will leave the earth. You can't change this fact. It's kind of set in stone since you were born. So while we are alive, we have the opportunity to win, and we have the opportunity to lose. If we do it right, we will leave footsteps in a path for others to follow. And if we do it wrong, we'll just be a waste of life. We'll be a waste of sperm. We'll just be floating away from existence with nothing to kind of show for it. So whatever dream you have, you can achieve while you're alive. You have the chance. You have the opportunity given to you. It's a blessing to be alive, and you need to take advantage of it and not just waste it. Will you be ready to die when the time comes, when death finally knocks on the door? Will you be able to answer proudly and be like, yeah, I gave it all I got. It's time to go. The fear of death comes to those not being able to have the time to do what you want. So the people who are scared of dying and everything, they're just scared because they know they're running out of time to do what they actually want to do. So that's why you need to use death as your ultimate accountability partner and do whatever you want and accomplish any goal you have while you're alive. just because death is ready to knock on that door anytime, and you need to be ready when that time comes. You need to be headstrong in life to be able to crush a competition. In any endeavor you have in life, just go all in. Don't leave anything on the table. Be headstrong into every action, and that will ultimately lead to victory. There is no way you can win if you go halfway into what you do. You need to be able to go 100%, even 110% in. There is no way you can win if you go halfway. If you go 50% in on a task or a path in life, you'll only get halfway there. You need to go 100% to reach the finish line. Do everything it takes to get there and more. Do the extra stuff that's hard. Stay a little bit longer during training. Work a little bit more on your business than others. Just do whatever it takes to win and to crush your competition. The only one truly stopping you from crushing your competition in reality is only you. It's all up to you to make it happen, and the choice is always just led back to you whether you would want to crush your competition and win or not. It's just really depending on what you kind of want to get out of life. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow.